accepting our invitation despite your hectic schedule. Very first thing that I want to tell you is that it's been around 2 years after your graduation, right?
Yes, it's nearly 2 years that I missed Sicily.
Yeah, so how does it feel to be back to the university?
So when I come first to the UK, we started in Barbican. We had a very less interaction to this building, especially just around 6 months. It's love to be here. It's so vibrant. We came to UK. It has a old memory of our enterprise years. It's very good memories, refreshing in mind.
So I want to take you to the flashback. As an international student, how was your journey? I want to know how was your journey as an international student, like not only education but overall life as well. So how was it for you?
So when we move any place, it will be the hectic, it will be pressure, the cultural change, potential time change, everything. But for me, it has been smooth. I don't say it was so much headache. It's been smooth for me. When I come to this country in 2021, I had a few hours back to settle in the life, but it eventually smoothed out. So it's not that bad than people usually think.
So
That's so true. Honestly, every international student can resonate in the situations of cultural softness and homesickness and doing multiple things together. Let's talk about your education journey. So you did your bachelor in industrial engineering back to home country, and you completed your MBA with professional experience in 2023. So how did you change your shift to a business course? Is that you are really passionate about?
Eventually, when we do industrial engineering is a mix of our engineering as well as the management course. So we not only do the core engineering like civil or mechanical, we also have a knowledge about entrepreneurship, we have a knowledge about the business management. So shifting to the MBA is my passions, my passions and my mission, because ultimately in the world, so when you want to success, you need to shift the career and get knowledge of both area. Lots of engineers usually do the MBA just to make sure that they understand the core aspect of the engineering as well as the core aspect of the management sides. That's why I chose the MBA as my missions to do my career in the industrial engineering.
That's really interesting. The reason I'm asking this question is like there are many international students who are coming to UK without doing any sort of research. So what do you like to suggest for the students who are planning to come to UK for study visa, like choosing their course that align to your interest and goal? What do you like to suggest for them?
So for any international student, there are the two things that need to be bear in mind. Can you fit for that course, or do you have a curiosity to understand the course? Because lots of us as international students just come for a visa. Okay, this subject has very good visa rate, let's do that. If you come to that, you don't understand what your professor has to say, what your coursework has to say, then you will always be in shock of culture, shock academics, or everything. But if you understand that course is fit for you and your career progressions, then it's very good for you. But especially in a master's, lots of students switch their course without knowing what is the career progression be like, and it always creates them very bad effect on their academics work as well as their professional work when they want to settle here, because they don't have any career progressions, they don't have mapped any career progression. That creates a profession. But if you have research and if you know this subject will fit for me, for my career progression and my background, then it's very good.
Yeah, so I think it was a conscious decision for you to shift from engineering to MBA as per what you have said right now, right? And I just want to go back to the surprise visit that we did to your workplace. So I could see that you were really passionate about business when we actually met for the first time. So I want to know one thing, like shifting from engineering background to MBA and now starting your whole venture in a completely different country. How does it feel, and how is this like? I want to know the struggle. At the same time, I also want to know what is your vision behind establishing a business here in UK.
So establishing a business in anywhere in the world is come with a lot of hassles.
Yeah,
Not only in UK, not
It's so
only in
challenging.
Nepal, it's challenging. So people usually think, oh, I have to go to job 9 to 5. When you go to the business, there is no 9 to 5. There is 24/7.
Yeah.
There is not a 5 days work. There is a 365 days in a year. So when I come to this country, I started work in hospitality. So because my guy mentor and my brothers who manage those business, they let me inside of what the business, running the business should be like. So
Yeah.
it gave me one thing, a peace in mind that when you operate in your own, there is no 9 to 5, there is 24 hours, but you have to work on your comfortable time. You don't need to worry about going and clocking out. And there is no hassles that, okay, I need to go to HR or everything, although you have to manage all of those things in your business. You don't need to worry about yourself. That's why I love to be in a business because it will give you the freedom as well as it will show how hard those people who about whom we read in our courses like a role is some strategy or like anything, how hard they fight to make sure that they understand the business proper way.
So it's truly inspiring to see your commitment towards your project. Like, we got an
Yeah.
opportunity to visit your site. And could you tell us, if you don't mind, could you tell us about your current visa? Are you now student visas or any sort of
So I was graduate in 2023. So
Yeah.
after my graduation, I immediately changed to the skilled worker visa.
Okay.
So right now I'm here in UK the skilled worker visa.
Okay.
No, not as a student PSW, but lots of people say okay, skilled worker visa is hard because we don't know how to look it, right?
Okay.
And we only think about the very short-term plan, then it will become hard. But if you make your career progressions and right suggestion, then you don't need to worry about the visa in UK.
Okay. So Gita, I want to ask one question to Amar.
Yes.
So it is like, I think you must have applied to a lot of jobs, right, when you actually came here, like initially.
Yes.
So I have one question, and that is, Omar, how many jobs have you applied through any online platform? I want to know the exact number. How many jobs have you applied?
I don't know exact number over my head, but when it initially comes, it must be over the 200.
Wow, that's a big chunk.
Yeah. So the main reason that I'm asking this question is because a lot of students face difficulties into finding part-time jobs. And since you are establishing your own business, this is your third venture. So when are you actually thinking about running your third venture, operating it?
Yeah, I think it could be a very good opportunity for the students as a part-time. We are seeking for the part-times.
Yeah.
So usually there are the two aspects. When I come, I applied as a employee. I applied about the 200 jobs. When now I hire any person in part time or full time, there is a two things that eventually you look like. When you go to the work as an employee, you start to work as an employee. You only thinks two things. You don't hire people. You hire attitude.
Wow.
So you don't hire people. You can teach them the skill, but you can't teach them the attitude. So
Yeah.
if the person has a good attitude, then that person is very best for your business. Not only mine, not only others, so every business. If they hire skill can be taught. Skill is very basic things you can be taught. So when people go to the part times, the only thing is that employer look at their attitude. Can they have a good attitude towards the business or not? That's the
Yeah.
one thing, very basic things that employer looks.
Okay, so as an international student, for example, if I'm applying to your business,
Companies, yeah.
for example, and if I apply through LinkedIn, is there any technicalities that I should focus on to apply?
So as a student, what I did a mistake is you use easy apply. So in LinkedIn, if you go in the LinkedIn, we use easy apply.
Yeah.
So easy apply doesn't give us any information about that.
Okay.
So I always thought why I don't get a message reply from the employer. Now when I post any job vacancy and I got a reply, and I exactly know why don't you get it, because we use an easy apply. You don't know anything about the role and responsibility. You don't try to focus what you can do on that role and responsibility. You just say, okay, there is a vacancy, let's easy apply, my work is done. And as an employer, when they see their application, they see, okay, it's not a good attitude. He doesn't give 5 to 10 minutes to read my vacancy and how he can work with me.
Okay, so
That's
that's
so
where,
true. You know,
yeah.
when we go to the LinkedIn and there is like an easy apply, we just post your CV and
Yeah. So is that you're like referring to the attitude of applicant,
Yes.
like the dedication that they put to read the job description and then apply?
So basic things when you apply for a part-time or full-time, no matter,
Mhm.
it is in your job description.
Yeah.
And change your CV, change your everything according to that. Because if you are applying for any role, membership, it doesn't have anything about that. None of the employer will reach out to you because you are just will be the considered the waste of time for the employer. So they don't want to.
That's such a powerful message for the students who are
Yeah.
looking for
So do not apply easy. Do not
apply for the
yeah,
easy
that's
one.
one lesson that
So
I've
go
learned.
to the company website, read the roles and responsibilities, and this is such a powerful message from Amar.
Yeah, definitely. So I was asking one question to Gita about placement here, since I came here for 1 year, and Gita, you have this question about placements. I just want you to answer it, and I want to get the insight about it.
So I'm in a placement year. I'm currently in the enterprise academies, and I'm enjoying the enterprise academies. You know, students have a different perspective towards 2 year students. If I'm not wrong, you were the 2 year
Yes.
student, right? Did you go through an enterprise academy, or you were able to secure a
No,
placement?
I go to the enterprise academy. I never seek for the placements.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because when you come to the professional experience, university always guide you about the two things:
Yeah.
placement or enterprise.
Yeah.
Although right now university focus you more on a placement, please find a placement. But at that time university eventually said either you find a placement or you go to the enterprise. That was a clear instruction for us. So I was never interested in a placement because I know I need to establish a business. So enterprise academy is very good if you want to understand the business and apply the theory of those theory in a practical business. Then enterprise here will help you a lot.
That's really good. Like, you know, if you are really passionate about doing your business, I think enterprise is so good.
Okay.
There's so many mentors.
So placement is all about you getting job into another company.
Placement is all about understanding the workplace.
Okay.
It's not about you can secure a job after that. It's that how the corporate world in UK runs, how there is a system, how they operate in real life. So enterprise here is understanding inside of the business. Either you establish your own, or either you work on someone else. Because if you understand the business of someone else while you are working, then you can establish. Like usually people say, okay, I'm going to establish a new business, but they work like they don't own a business. So if you go to the work, like you are going for the pay slip only, you don't understand the inside of the business, you can't do your own business. Because at the end, you need to manage all aspects of the business when you start establish your own. So it will be hard if you don't care while you're working about inside of those business, you can't establish your own.
Okay, that's amazing. So another question that I have for you is, as an international student, we face a lot of difficulty to manage our time, right? So you being an international student, after that you just started your own business. You're establishing you are operating 3 businesses at the same time. And I hear a lot of people saying that UK is not that appropriate country for international students, and we cannot do much in UK. But we see you thriving in life. So what do you have to say about is UK a worthwhile country for international students to come and explore their career?
So if you don't afraid of working hard, if you don't afraid of understanding the ecosystem in UK, UK is one of the best countries you can establish. The ease of doing business, ease of career progression is very high in UK. It doesn't matter only you do a business, although you do go in corporate life, there is a high progression rate in UK, and lots of them are internationals. So when people usually say UK is not a good place for career progressions, I always say that maybe you are searching on the wrong door. Because if you have skills and if you know how to use your skills, UK has lots of career progression skills. Like I've seen lots of my friends who are in a corporate life, but now they are doing very well. Like Asian consulting, one of my friends is there working as now as a manager who come to as a support staff. Within 2 years, she is working as the regional manager. So if you know how to operate and how to increase your skills development, then you can do the very good in UK rather than in Nepal where lots of politics and nepotism take place. Here only the skill will let you ahead, not any other thing.
So I want to add one more question regarding the placement, right? So the student, I don't know about your time, but today's we got lots of support from the career team during the placement time, like searching a job, hunting a job. But in your time, is there any sort of support from the universities, like getting a placement?
At that time also there is a support.
Yeah.
It's not centric towards London campus, to be
Okay.
honest.
Mhm.
It was more diverse from the Europe.
Mhm.
But lots of students are not interested.
Oh, really?
Because people usually, there is a lot of confusion in our university that placement and job are completely different. But we take a job as a placement. So that's where we wrong. Like placement is to understand the ecosystem of the business, ecosystem of the culture. Job is where you have lots of responsibility. But when you go in a placement, you are given the responsibility supervised by someone else.
So
where you
is
can,
that internship?
it's an extended internship. To
Okay.
be honest, placement are extended internship.
Uh,
Where
yes.
you will go to the job, you will be given the responsibility, but it will be always supervised. In internship, you are not given responsibility, but in a placement, you are given a responsibility, but it will be supervised by someone else.
Because you know the university have certain rules and criteria, so in a placement year we have to go on.
Yeah.
We have to follow the rules and regulation of
Mhm.
universities. So
Yeah.
and that's the point.
Yeah, okay.
That's not the point. University said you have 35 hours, minimum 35 hours, you need to work in with some company as a placement.
Okay.
That's a basic in placement. They are in you go in a summer internship, you go in winter internship, it's the same.
But now I think that things are changing in the
Oh.
placement year. Yeah.
Placement year now, the university is making it more robust
Flexible. Yeah.
and more concentrated only on a placement.
Mhm.
So you can't do a job role on a placement now.
Okay.
So you need to be supervised by someone else, and we will be your permanent supervisor in the company.
Mhm.
They also, I think, set up the limit of the number of staff that company has to,
Mhm.
so that you can apply for the placement. Because lots of people has 2 or 3 employees, there will be no supervisor, and they will apply for the placement during pass out. So now I think university has 8 to 10 permanent staff in the company, so that you can apply for the placement.
Mhm. So, you being one of the person who is being looked after, like looked by a lot of international students here in New York Central University, I have one question. That is, as an international students, we get lost sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like I get lost so many times. I feel like okay, I feel like uh, I should have somebody to whom I can talk who has prior experience to whatever we are going through. So, as a former student of York Central University, as an international student, I want to know what are the learnings that you have got from your international journey here in UK, and what are the skills that you should have, or I want to know what are the setbacks or struggles that you faced, so that everybody who are coming from Nepal or any other countries to UK, what are the messages that you have for them?
So when you come to the country as an international student, get a basic life skills, and communication is the most important thing for you. So we are very afraid. We Nepalese especially are very afraid. So if you go to the professors who will be British, we always get afraid to ask questions. That's our very much basic needs. Like if we see our counterpart from the Nigeria, from other country, they are not afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Communication
They are so
Yeah.
interactive. Yeah.
Communication is a very basic skill that you need to have. If you don't have a communications, you will be very lost. Like we as a Nepalese students only try to encounter with our counterpart, that's all another language. We doesn't try to counterpart with the another cultures or another country's student. Like we doesn't want to encounter with the Indian student, we doesn't want to encounter with the Nigerian student, especially we don't encounter with any professors based on that. That's why we always get a setback in their life. And we always lost because we are afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the basic things we need to understand when you come to the UK. It's not our home, and English is not our basic language.
Yeah.
So we need to understand. If we don't understand, we have to raise a voice. We don't
You have to
understand.
be outspoken,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because-
Come out of the comfort
Because
zone, like.
in university class, if you go to the classroom, there are like 50, 60 students. Professor can't count all of them.
Yeah.
They can't ask personally. So we have to be spoken.
Mhm.
So basic knowledge is a communication skill. Another thing we need to understand is research and development. We need to focus, especially if you are coming in graduate visa, graduate road, you need to have lots of knowledge about the research and development, because research and development are the key aspect of the UK and UK education
Yeah.
systems, we doesn't bound by the classroom, we have to do lots of research. So if you have these two skills, you will never lost an academic sector.
Yeah.
In professional sector, we get lost because we don't have time, we miss family, we
Yeah.
stay away from family a long time. Then we get lost. But we need to understand in your work cultures is very much important, so you get lost or not.
Yeah.
So if your work culture is not good for you,
Mhm.
then you get lost a lot and you will feel the side effect of that in your daily life as well.
Mhm.
So work cultures you need to understand
Yeah.
in the workplace so that you don't miss your family, you don't miss the personal and social life,
Mhm.
and get a communication skill is the most important in your academics.
Okay. Yeah, so it was really insightful conversation with you. I think I've learned a lot of lessons from you. Very first thing is about easy apply. That's what I
Yeah.
have learned from you. So
I
now,
used to apply for a couple of,
yeah, I used to get rejected a lot of time, and now I know that easy apply is the main reason that I got
Yeah.
rejected. So Amar, thank you so much for your time today. Like you have shared your real life experiences here, and I think a lot of guests who are watching us must have got a lot of information, and it was really insightful, isn't it, Gita?
Yeah, it was quite informative for the
Yeah.
audience as a student wise and as a professional wise. So yeah, thank you very much, Amar, for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Yeah, and thank you so much. You are one of the inspirational figure for us because we see that international student can actually do so much better in UK, and we are really really thankful for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the time and effort.
Thank you, Gita. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Omar, for accepting our invitation. And as a token of love from Student Led Podcast entire team, we have a gift for you. So
It's
yeah.
very small.
Yeah, it's
Very
small but
tiny
really.
one.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.